created to reign. What does that mean? You are royalty. You were created to win. There's a definition that says to wear a crown.
From your beginning to your end, you were created to reign. It's time to own your royalty, 'cause you are the essence of queen. Oh, that's something now. If I want it, I'm gon' get it. I make it rain. I make it rain. If I want it, I'm gon' get it. I make it rain. Oh, I make it rain.
I was created to reign. Here's what happened. Now, when she shines, I don't have to fool.
Oh, you can't let go. You gotta stay strong. That moment of when God gives you strength. All right.
When everybody in the church gone, when you did right, still wrong. That moment of
Come on, guys.
everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
Oh, you can't let go. You gotta stay strong. That moment of when God gives you strength.
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
Picture perfect, I paint a perfect picture for you. Clear skies, brighter days, near future for you. Gotta believe, screaming, I'm a believer. Hands in the sky, say he already did it for me.
Hey, I love it. I love it. He's still in it. The man behind the mic is still in it. I love it. What is up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Standing in the Rain. Yes. Y'all hear it. You see it. You hear it. There you go. Yes. Standing in the rain. I love it. I'm so excited you're here. You're here, which means you've subscribed, you've dialed in, you got the notifications on, you are rocking with me, you are vibing with me. Welcome to Standing in the Rain. I'm Dawn Roseman, the Rainmaker. I'm here to do nothing more than to point you to your greatness. I've got the most amazing. I say this every time, don't I? I mean it every time. It gets more amazinger every time. It's a word today. It's just, I'm so excited, but I want to make sure for the people who are new to rocking with me, that you know, like, hey, what is this? What's this standing in the rain? What does rain mean? Rain means to overcome, to dominate, to superabound, to win, to sway, to have influence. It's the essence of win. It's to wear a crown. You are absolute royalty. Golly, I'm so crazy about it because I'm crazy about you, and I know what happens to one's life when you get completely turned on to the greatness inside you. It elevates you. It elevates your business. It elevates your relationships. I promise you, you don't want to stop rocking with me. So today, though, yes, I always struggle at this point because I never know how to appropriately describe the people I bring to you, because I get so excited about sharing with you my network of hotness. I have some dope friends. I have some dope people who are a part of my life. They're a part of my circle. And I am dedicated to making sure that I use any platform that I'm blessed to have to bring them to you, because stars shine together and we learn together, we grow together. Rain makes room. And so I just need to introduce you to the most, I think, one of the most prolific lyricists. Yeah, I said it. One of the most prolific lyricists, writers, creatives, just forces of nature I have ever met in my absolute life. This mug is straight cold. It's just amazing. She's a rapper, but that's too limited. She's a hip hop artist, but that's too limited. She's just absolutely magnificent, and I need you to know her. Everybody say hello. Get on your feet. Say it with me. What is up, Allegro Nevella? What's up?
What's up?
Yes.
Please.
Everybody sit
stop.
down. Everybody
Don't
sit
stop.
down. Don't rush the stage. Don't rush it. We ain't paid for it yet. But we are welcoming sponsors. If you ever want to sponsor Standing in the Rain,
Right.
please reach out to me at info@raintoday.com. Thank you. All right. What's up, Leg?
What's up, man?
Oh my gosh. You have no idea how excited I've been trying to get her as one of my guests for Standing in the Rain in forever. But it's hard when somebody is as sought after. Ugh, Mug. Don't play me. Don't play me. Don't play these people. Don't play them. It's just I'm just honored. I really am. I'm just honored. So I just really need y'all to know who she is. I want you to know, just like every time, every way, shape, or form that you can find Leg will be attached to the episode. So you'll be able to find her Instagram, everything. You're going to want to follow and cop her stuff. We're going to talk about more of that later because I really want you to understand. But I just thank you for saying yes.
Oh, this is my pleasure.
Man.
I'm honored to be here.
Yeah.
You already know how I feel about you
Oh.
and the rainmaker. The rainmaker.
This is my deal. Oh, wait.
She makes it rain, y'all.
Whatever. Wait, we're gonna get footage of this for y'all. People see when you have people behind the scenes. This is just a little commercial break. People, they don't do their job right, and so Black Hand, where you at? Black Hand works for Kevin Hart, but he's here right now helping me.
Black hand.
Thank you, Black Hand. Yeah, appreciate it. Kevin, don't call me or do, and we'll talk about it. Yeah. So, my gosh, I'm just honored that you're here, and I've told you this privately, and I'll tell all of y'all. You know, I'm a fan certainly of. I love her music, and you'll learn more about it. You'll hear it. I love her art. I love everything you create. But more than anything, and why I wanted you here is because I'm a fan of you. You don't ever need to make another song in your life. I'm a fan of you. And Mug, you don't even understand. This is cold. This mug is cold. And so here's the rules of Standing in the Rain. There's really not many.
Give it to me.
It's a family show.
Okay.
For the most part.
Okay.
And so
tone down, Allegro.
Well, I mean, that's called editing.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay.
called editing. Yeah. But I like to make sure that I capture the essence of every one of my guests, and and so we like to vibe around. I like to vibe around a drop of the day.
I got you.
Raindrop, a drop of the day to kind of center it. I kind of thought about it. I've been thinking about you and just what makes sense to what resonates with me for you. And this is what I came up with. So the drop for today with the episode with Allegro, with Leg Nevella, is Speak Life.
Ooh.
Is Speak Life. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
That deserves it.
Oh, that's befitting.
Speak Life.
Speak life.
Speak Life. I couldn't think about, when I was trying to think about you and what I am so drawn to, it is your ability to harness the most powerful thing we've been given, right? Life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Yeah.
The ability of you to harness words, which are my love language anyway. I mean, anybody who knows me or rides with me knows that. And to do it in such a prolific manner, just an elevating manner, you pull no punches. I just love it. And so Speak Life to me was fitting to describe you, but also as a directive to all of my rain dancers following me, because for you to rock your royalty, to stand in your rightful positioning as one who overcomes, who dominates, who superabounds, who wins, who's the essence of win, all of those things, you're going to have to learn this one. You're going to have to learn to speak life into your life.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right? So I want to talk about it because they don't know you. Or a lot of people do, obviously. A lot of people in this world know you, but I want my folks to make sure that they are as in love with you as I am. I mean, I just want to talk about it because you are. Is it fair to say that you're? I mean, is it hip hop artist? How would you describe you, if you can?
A speaker of truth.
A speaker of truth.
I'm just a speaker of truth, and I can come in any genre, any form of music. I can do it through country. I excel in hip hop. I can do it through pop. I can do it through, just straight gospel. I'm just a speaker of truth.
So where did this come from? Because I met you. So for y'all, we met. How long has it been? Man, it feels like a long
It's
time.
over 13 years.
Yeah, because my boys were little.
Yeah, it's been over 13 years.
My boys were little, and JT wasn't here.
No, not yet. That's
Yeah.
why I said over 13
Over
years. He'll
13.
be 13. I was pregnant.
That's right. That's right. So it's been a long time. Yeah. So we've been, so when I met her, I think I fell in love immediately because she had these bomb boots on with these green, remember them neon
Yeah.
green? And I was like, hey, I dig the boots, right? But we met and I didn't know anything about what you did or what have you, but then I heard you. I experienced your art. And I was like, what is that? Like, where does that come from? Because you were real quiet,
Yeah.
when you ain't like that. She's not
I'm
like
really
that.
not like that. I
She's
just
not
got to peep the scene out when you first meet me,
She was giving me, she was looking at me a little crazy. And she's like, who are you? But when I heard you, I was like, where is that coming from? Where does that come from? I mean, I'm going to say this because you've probably heard this. I know this, but I'm gonna say this. You don't look like a hip hop artist. You do to me, actually. But what people conjure up in their mind, where does this come from? And when just where does it come from? Like, where do you get started?
I grew up in a household of music, of musicians. And that's all we heard. The language in our household was hip hop.
Your mama was spitting?
Gospel. My mama would spit.
Was she really?
My mama, no, she's a classically trained musician.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in every genre of music was heard in my household. We played everything. You would have Yo MTV Raps in the front, Stevie Wonder playing in the back. You'll have the Canton Spirituals in my mama room. It's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. You'll have Marvin Gaye in another one because it was a lot of us. It's 6 of us.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a lot of y'all.
3 girls and 3 boys,
Yeah.
plus my mom,
Yeah.
So it's so much going on in the household that I soaked it all up. But I particularly fell in love with hip-hop because of my brother.
Okay, so
My
tell me that.
brother, he used to
What's
sit
his
up,
name?
Marlon.
Shut up, Marlon. What's up?
Marlon.
Yeah.
He used to sit up and study lyrics, study the art form of how they approached the track. And I would watch him because we were closer in age than everybody else. I'm the youngest. My oldest sister, she's 18 years older than me.
Wow.
Yeah. Marlon is 7 years older than me, so I'm really the baby.
Yeah.
He was the closest thing to me to emulate.
Yeah.
So I would watch him, and his thing was the approach, how you attack the mic. So
What do you
studied
mean?
that.
I want to break this down because I process it like I'm a storyteller. That means I think I live into that. So I'm a writer, and I've never met a stage I didn't like in terms of being able to speak. And so I get it from that perspective. I'm very deliberate and strategic about how I start, how I show up, how I enter. What do you mean?
Marlon used to say to me, you can be a great lyricist all day long, but if you're not a good rapper, it doesn't matter. They're not going to listen to you.
What does that mean?
You can have all of the punchlines in the world, but if you don't know how to deliver that thing, like a Tupac, like I can say, picture perfect, I paint a perfect picture for you. Clear skies, brighter days, near future for you. Gotta believe, screaming, I'm a believer. Hands in the sky, say, you already did it for me. You gotta learn how to finesse the mic, Allegro.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You
gotta learn how to finesse the mic. So he taught me at an early age, and then once I got in 6th grade, he put me out to the wolves.
6th grade.
6th grade, I had to battle dudes.
Really?
No girls. He would push me out into the hallway, to the street, and on our corner, we had a corner house.
So you
in
from
our
Houston?
neighborhood. I'm from
Tell
Houston,
me, let people know
Texas.
you from Houston.
I'm from south side of Houston, Texas. The south side. What it do? Screwston, Texas.
Screwston.
That's the side I'm from. He actually went to school with DJ Screw. They all came up together. So he would put me in the circle with those cats that ended up forming the Screwed Up Clique. I would have to battle against dudes like that.
Did you love it?
In the 6th
You look like
grade.
you love it. I mean,
I was scared at first.
I get you.
But my first win, I couldn't stop after that.
Yeah.
I would go in the house, I would go in my closet and write things, but I would perform how I was going to attack the mic once I got in the circle.
Anybody saying to you at that point, so you're would you say sixth grade?
6th grade, yep.
How old are we in sixth grade?
What, 12?
12, 13 years old? Yeah, so is anybody saying to you, what's this girl doing here?
Yeah, they said, your sister can't be a part of this rap freestyle circle. We gonna eat her up. They talking much noise. He said she's a pit bull in a skirt. I heard that phrase from him before DMX gave it to Eve.
Wow.
She's a pit bull. Yeah. And so he said, no, pass her the mic. They passed me the mic, and it was on from there, on and popping from there.
You loved it.
I loved it. I loved it.
So what is it about that genre? I mean, I love hip hop. I mean, if anybody y'all, I mean, in old school. Oh my gosh, I think again, what drew me to you. I didn't have the language to express what you just said. I don't even know if I've ever had that language. But when I think about the artists that I lean into, why I love Tupac,
It's
why
the
I love
boldness.
Biggie, it's just there's or conversely, why I don't like some other artists because I was like, I get what they said, but I don't believe them.
Yeah.
Right.
I love Nas.
Yeah.
I think Nas is one of the coldest lyricists in the game, but he's not a rapper to me.
Okay.
And much respect, much honor
Yeah.
to he's one of the greats, you know?
Yeah.
But he's not a rapper. I want my favorite artists, they have both. They will finesse you with the pen.
Who are your favorites?
Of course, Tupac.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar. I love Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody right now out there as great as he is.
I agree. I like D Smoke.
Oh, D Smoke he's the second one.
Yeah.
Second coming of
D-Smoke
Kendrick
is-
Lamar.
I like J. Cole.
J. Cole now okay. So J. Cole is Nas to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are going to be a whole bunch of send your hate mail to her. Okay, yeah, no,
But he's cold. What I think he did, he mastered how not to be in that just lyricist vein.
I love the new album.
You know? Oh yeah, the new album is dope.
I love the new album.
He mastered how to.
Off season is crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy. But
Again.
no,
not me again.
I know, but I'm.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is still a little bit of that Nas aspect to him.
Okay.
You
I mean,
know,
that's fair. I asked.
I love him though. I
Yeah.
also love the guy that wrote most of Kanye's songs. We probably shouldn't say that. Saha, the Prince, he's from Atlanta. He's one of the best writers in the game. But as far as microphone attacker, performer, this boy is so great.
Really?
It's great. And most of your favorite Kanye songs come from Saha.
So you've named not one female artist.
Oh, no. I have a dozen of
Okay.
them. MC Light, of course. I used to study MC Light.
Really?
I used to absolutely adore
Do I do
her.
this? So now I'm gonna get hate mail. So I was in love. We're taking a side journey. I was in love with MC Light. I mean, loved MC Light. But remember that show, Lyricist Lounge?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Uh-huh.
All right. And I was always been a fan of Snoop. Mm-hmm. And Snoop was on Lyricist Lounge, and I was like, oh my gosh, because for me, I was always like, a rapper is real if they can freestyle.
Right.
Okay. Snoop just and the Brat. Oh my gosh.
Brett is
She's
Missy. I mean,
Missy.
the list goes on and on.
But I saw MC Light on Lyricist Lounge,
Uh-huh.
and she couldn't freestyle, and it drove me nuts.
But a lot of your best and favorite rappers don't freestyle.
I didn't know that.
Like Kendrick Lamar
So I
doesn't
can.
freestyle.
Are you saying to me that I can get back on
Yeah.
back with MC Light?
Yeah, you
I'm
have
sorry.
to.
I'm sorry, MC
She's
Light.
one of the greats.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm with you again. Don't quit me.
How did you feel about Boss?
She scared me, honestly.
Boss was incredible. Raw Digger. I used to love
I
Raw
loved
Digger.
Rage.
Rage is still
Hey.
going.
Hey.
But Raw Digger, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of them. Yeah, and of course, Queen Latifah.
Oh, she's ridiculous.
But Missy
just
was
ridiculous.
she came with that eclectic style, and she brought you something new to the game, and it was refreshing.
So you're in this genre, and yet you're talking, but you're not talking about the right things. Seemingly, if you're in this genre, remember the drop of the day is speak life. And so I'm sitting here, because the people that we all listed, I mean, I love, but none of them are talking about the things really that you're talking about for the most part.
They're talking about their experience.
Yeah.
So I talk about my experience.
Okay, so because so are you fair? Like, are you I don't like these labels, but I'm just asking,
Gospel.
like a gospel rapper?
That's what they call me. They put me in that
But
category
doesn't
because of.
that limits? That's limiting, isn't it? Or do you care?
No, I mean, you can't limit God. I'm bringing the gospel to all men, making fishers of men, So I don't think we could put limits on him. I believe that most people are scared to say that because, they think it's limited because of what you see regularly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The norm is not Christian hip hop.
Gotcha.
But I that doesn't scare me.
So-
My God owns all of this.
I love it.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
scare
yeah,
me. And if that was my background, if I had a background like Cardi B, I would speak
Yeah.
about the things that she speaks of. It's not that they're just going out there saying anything. They're talking about how they grew up.
So I appreciate that. And that I think maybe is a drop within the drop of the day, or a nuance of it. Because when I say speak life, I think about, certainly I was thinking about it from a perspective of your tongue is like the pen of a ready writer. I mean, you like the words, the words that God speaks to you. I mean, you put them out there through your art. But so are they. In essence, if I hear you right.
Yeah.
Because that's their experience.
That's their experience.
That's their experience. So it would be odd for me. It's unfair to expect them to speak about something. It would be actually not authentic.
Because they didn't have to go to Sunday school every Sunday. They didn't have to go to Bible school and Bible study throughout the week. I was in church 4 days out of the week growing up because my mom was the musician there.
Okay.
I was raised reading the Bible before you go to sleep, studying the word for yourself, proving it for yourself, and not leaning on your mama's understanding of the word at a very young age. So that was my experience. That's why my mom used to tell me, because my first offer was to go on tour with Cash Money.
Okay.
Open up for Cash Money. And she said, I'm not worried about that. You can go on any stage, any club you want to go into. What's in you is what's going to come out of you.
I love it. I love it. So speak life. It's synonymous with, speaking truth.
Mm-hmm. Your truth. What your understanding is of life at that very moment. That's what people are speaking.
Yeah.
Now, whether we agree with it or not, it's their understanding of life. That's why it has to be people like you and I to come along and help them broaden their view.
Well, it sounds to me too. Like, I know it's true for me. You're not in competition with this stuff.
Oh, no.
That's for me. I'm not sitting here trying please, choose me over this.
Oh, no,
I'm just
no,
saying,
no.
look, there are people assigned to me, and I know I don't have to be responsible for. I should say it this way. I'm trying to finish my assignment.
Right.
And God gets to do whatever He wants to do with the rest of it. That ain't on me.
Right.
I just need to do my assignment.
Right.
So it doesn't sound like you're in competition. Like, man, I'm trying to be like pick any other art. You're just like, this is my assignment.
That's my assignment. Because you know what? My assignment might be I have to go in and intercede for Cardi B because of the attacks that she's under. That might be a part of my assignment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My assignment might entail being open and loving in God's arms and His legs and His mouthpiece to people that, wouldn't step foot in the church.
Yeah.
But I'm at that concert because I'm opening up at this secular concert and they're getting a piece of God there. That might be my assignment. It's not a competition when it's love in your heart. And the bottom line is to make fishers of men, directing people back up to Christ, that my light is shining, that they see him. When that is your bottom line, it's no competition now.
What this is crazy. What did you just say? It's not a competition when there's love in your heart.
It's not.
That's awesome. That's fire. You know, I think about I'm such a fan of Tasha Cobbs. Tasha Cobbs Leonard. Yeah, Cobbs Leonard. And I mean she doesn't know it. One day we're going to meet and I'm gonna tell her how much she changed my life. Her album, her royalty album is ridiculous. But the song that she has on there where she features Nicki Minaj. She took so much flack for that.
Yeah. And I thought,
and I applaud her for that. She took so much flack for that. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's her.
That was her assignment.
Yeah.
At that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have different, it's like you're in school. You don't just get one assignment throughout the year. You have multiple assignments so that you can pass this grade and go to elevate yourself to the next grade level, right? You get like 100 assignments throughout the year. That was just one of them. So we're going to stop at that one?
Wow.
And you don't even know what her grade was.
Wow. Speak
Don't
life
know.
is the drop of the day.
Speak life.
Speak life. So so I'm going back to the 6th grade.
Okay.
So you battling these? I feel these are grown men.
I used to make men. They used to chase me home. Sometimes, like I used to
kill
make
'em?
people. I would talk about their mamas and their grandmothers. Oh Lord, my mama say you got to stop there, Allegro. We're not having it. I was just ranking on people, man.
So you're battling these people as these men in 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stop now.
Yeah, that's
you
when
tasted it.
I couldn't stop. I learned the art of never backing down with those dudes. Never backing down and never getting intimidated by a stage.
I love it.
Regardless to what stage you on, you be you and be boldly. You go boldly to the throne, right? Stand boldly on that stage and attack them.
Speak life. So that translates for you. You're like, I'm not on the stage. You're on the stage every day. Every day,
Yeah.
every classroom you step into, every meeting you step into, every conference room, every office building, every courtroom, whatever, every doctor's, whatever it is, you are on a stage. Your assignment is to speak life to that thing, to speak your truth, to show up. What I'm trying to say all the time, to show up fully and authentically you. That's what
You,
because otherwise, I feel like if you don't, it's not just that you lose out. Other people may lose out. I think about it actually more tragic than that. People get hurt
Yeah.
when you don't show up fully you.
And not only that, though, the stuff doesn't go according to plan if you don't show up the way you. Things are already mapped out, right?
Yeah.
In life, this story is already written. You have to show up to do your part to keep the play going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, we have understudies and everything, but what good is the understudy when the main character is supposed to be there? The understudy is just there for when you have your off days.
Yeah.
When you're sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you really can't show up. That's what the understudy is there for. It's not really there to just pull you off just because you can't handle
That's
it.
right. That's good. That's a good analogy. Because I think about it, I remember when I went with my mother. Shout out to my mom. It's her birthday today. Yes, Mom. But I went to see.
Happy birthday, Mama.
I went to see Lion King. Mm-hmm. And Michelle Williams was playing Nala.
Uh-huh.
But she didn't, they didn't tell us. She didn't show up that day. And this is not about Michelle Williams. I'm just saying that the analogy struck, and I didn't realize that she only performed during the evening shows or something like that, and anyway, it didn't matter, but she wasn't there. And the experience, the show was good,
But it
wasn't what it was.
expected.
It wasn't what I expected. It wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's no disrespect, but it's just, to your point, I was just an interesting analogy. I mean, when you don't show up, it may get done, but not to the level and to the extent and have the impact that it was supposed to have.
Right, and that's what it's about.
So how do we move past that? So you're in 6th grade and you're making grown men cry by talking about their mama. That's what I heard. That's what you said.
Yeah, I had to mature.
Yeah, it's right.
I had to mature.
Stop talking about their mama.
I had to repent
Yeah.
a lot. Like I went to Sunday school repenting a couple of Sundays after that. But no, I grew into a place to where when I started writing my own raps, my own full songs. I started writing my own songs like in the 7th grade.
Okay.
So when I started writing full raps, it was just the gospel. The gospel just would come, and I noticed that it was the sermon from the previous Sunday.
Okay.
And I would sit down and be like, all right, I'll spit it in the cafeteria room tomorrow for lunch. If you know.
Yeah.
And they got it.
They got it.
They got it.
At school.
At school.
Okay.
And I'm in South Park, the heart of the hood.
Okay.
And they wanted it. They wanted the word.
That's hot.
They wanted the word, and he gave me more.
But I read someplace, and I read someplace with regard to you, that you received criticism once, and maybe you received it more than that, that you're too, let me get this right, you're too churchy for the world and too worldly for the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Did I get it right?
This preacher called me up after it was a little conference, a youth conference that they had at a church. And he called me up. He was like...
How old are you now? How old are you at this point?
I was older.
Okay.
In my 30s.
Oh, you're okay. This is later. Okay.
Later in life. No, late 20s.
Okay.
And he said, your time is coming, but not now. And I want you to faint not, because I see you fainting. Because you won't see it in your 30s. And I'm like, I ain't gonna be a 50-year-old rapper. I'm just not gonna.
I was like, well, when are you gonna do it?
I'm not gonna be 50 and rapping. I'm sorry.
Picture perfect. I mean,
I'm just
picture.
not.
Let me get this right.
You know
Picture perfect.
I'm not. And I got upset, because I'm listening to him, and everything. I just didn't want to receive it.
Yeah.
And so he said, it's not time for you right now. You too worldly for the church, and you too churchy for the world. You somewhere in between. It's like it's an anomaly, and they're not ready for it. They're not ready for it. A man is gonna have to come before you to set the way.
Wow.
I said, oh.
Wow.
I was upset after that, because my thing is, I'm not saying anything that's against the word of God. Now, the way I'm presenting it, you know how I'm a little forceful. Excuse me, I grew up in South Park.
It's got some ratchet edges.
It's a little ratchet.
It's got some ratchet edges, yeah.
But I feel like I'm appropriate, for this generation. I felt like that then. I'm like, well, it's nothing more than what they listen to on a regular, And this is the youth. This is what they go home and listen to in their rooms. Like, what? But I'm feeding them with the word. What are you not ready for as the church? Because I am the church.
Right. That's what I was gonna say.
So what are you not ready for?
So was this person somebody? I mean, how does this even come about when they're saying this to you? Is this somebody that you looked up to? Somebody that you knew?
I was preaching. I administered at a church, and he was a special guest. He was the guest preacher.
You were the musical.
I was.
You were the musical guest artist for a particular church
and
service.
he was the guest preacher for that service.
And he felt like he had a word for you.
Yeah, after church. Yeah, he pulled me to the side and told me that. And he wasn't the first one to tell me stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think it was because, sad to say, the church is not really geared towards putting women on a pedestal like that in a service position as leader in that aspect. Minister, leader, minister. In that we can be ushers, we can be praise team dancers, we can be praise and worship leaders, but they're not really too keen on us being the ministers of the church, when some of us are more qualified to do it than our husbands.
So that's a drop in and of itself, and I think you're even being kinder. Oftentimes, they're not. Religion drives the car.
Yeah.
And religion works to preserve the status quo. Religion works to preserve those self-appointed in power staying in power.
Right.
And they typically don't look like you and me.
No.
They don't look, and as a result, anything of different expression. You know, if you're, you know, like for in your instance, a hip hop artist in the church, well, you can't be right, good, appropriate, because it doesn't fit with my paradigm. That's religion. That's the church is on some stuff. It's absolute garbage.
Realignment. That's
Yeah,
why I
it's
said
absolute garbage.
It's realignment that needs to happen, because that doesn't speak to who we are for real. It speaks to what we have learned over the years.
Without question.
You know what I'm saying? And I just wrote a song called Realignment for the church. We just need a realignment because the body's off.
But
the body is off because of the mentality of it, and it's a learned behavior.
well, it's a learned, practiced behavior, and I look at it like from the perspective of my children. I've got two teenage sons. I'll tell you this. I mean, my son, if you ask my oldest son right now, like, who's his favorite, if you ask him, like, who's one of his favorite lyricists, it's you. But one of the things he used to do all the time is the way he learned the word a lot of times was you. Because that's how he processed. So I can sit there and sing him I would never do this, but, you know, like, he's not going to lean into my grandmother's way.
Right.
Even my mother's way. You know, and that's all right. But the church is, like you said, I mean, realignment is a good word. It's on some stuff. So you're being told, and you said you've been told it before. So this guy has the nerve to tell you that a man's got to come before you. You need to send him a card and tell him thank you.
He's dead.
I'm sorry, that didn't come out right. I don't know what sound. I'm sorry. Thank you. That didn't come out.
You gotta watch your words. You just gotta. I'm just playing with that.
This is a family show. I'm sorry. Oh my God. So yeah, so you got other people telling you this stuff. I mean, I respect it. I had someone tell me after a rain class, they came up and like, oh my gosh, sister, you were amazing. You were this, you were that. And then they were like, are you ordained? And I was like, I'm sorry. They're like, are you ordained? I was like, no. They're like, are you a minister? I was like, no. It's like, no, because I would love to come. You speak to my people at my church, because you could really help them, but you're not ordained. So, you know, maybe we'll touch back later. I was like, I don't want to come to your church, dude. It's cool.
But that's not what the word says, though.
Yeah, no, ain't no sense.
The word doesn't say if you're ordained, you're a minister. It doesn't say that in regards to ministers. It says whoever brings the word of God, who carries the word of God in their feet, they're ministers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I'm saying
once again.
Yeah.
It's just this made up stuff that's been learned from generation to generation. It's been passed down. But don't get me wrong, I love the church. We are the church.
Yeah.
You know, I just think we need to reconstruct the way that we were brought up in it. And only being that we need to go back to the authentic word of Christ. That's it.
I agree.
That's it. And let's not lean on our own understanding. Let's do exactly what his word says for us to do. And if that's what we're doing, we don't have time backbiting, bringing people down, talking about each other, because all we're doing is edifying one another.
Yeah.
All we're doing is lifting each other up. All we're doing is building one another, strengthening one another, you know, sharpening one another if we're living by his word. If you love the next person like you should be loving you, see, the problem is with that, you don't know how to love you.
Hey, right
we
there.
We don't love ourselves properly.
Right there.
So we're not handling one another accordingly. Because we actually are. Because we're mishandling ourselves, we're actually handling people just like we handle ourselves.
I love...
You know?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I just love that. So first of all, we've got people in the audience. They're asking questions. I love it. So the question for y'all to make sure you want to make sure you heard it is we got the question of how do you differentiate or discern between, what to take literally and kind of what's to be interpreted or read between the lines? And so, Leg, you were saying, at the end of the day, you were really, you distill it down, which I love it because, God, it's awesome. You distilling it down to the one commandment we really got, that we are left with. The one we really have is to love our neighbor as ourselves. And so we've got to get this part right.
Yeah. But you can't get that part right until you love yourself properly. If you
That's
know
the
who
part.
you are.
To overcome, to dominate, to superabound, to ascend, to win, to essence of win. You've got to know who you are. That when I talk about, for instance, I've talked about it, sometimes in a rain class, like you have an insecure leader. It doesn't matter. The reason why they're insecure is they have no idea who they are. They don't understand. They're out of position. They're less than. They're operating, living, moving, breathing, walking, everything out of position. As a result, they only are going to handle you from that lower standpoint. You can never rise under their leadership because they can't handle it. It feels absolutely offensive to them. It feels harsh to them. If you shine, that must mean you took some of mine. So this part that you're talking about, that's why I love this, because it brings it back. Speak life. I mean, you do what we talk about. That's what you've been doing. I mean, and I love that question. Thank you, because that's the point of all of this. If I can get you turned on to who you are and whose you are, the rest of this takes care of itself. I don't fight you now. I can't have you on my show if I don't know who I am. This show is raggedy at this point. I'm not even sure I have a show, but yes, I would.
Yes, you do.
I would have a show, but I would have to make sure you stay low. I would have to, because I'll be like, they're not gonna watch me if they don't think I'm great.
Whoa.
You ain't saying enough yet. Dawn, you gotta say more because she's talking too long.
Whoa.
That's what this is about. So I love that question, and I love that because that's exactly right. You've got to get this heart problem right. When I started Rain, and that's why I really love, thank you for being, this, my gosh. When I didn't even like the word started Rain, because I didn't start Rain. I say all the time that Rain was not some sort of thing I was trying to create, some sort of platform. I'm not trying to sell y'all no shirts. I was trying to heal. I didn't like me. And I acted like it. And other people, we'll talk about it, with my husband. I couldn't even receive his love from me because I was like, something's off with me. And so I'm trying to make him, you love me, pub me up, say these things because I didn't like me. That's what Rain's born out of that journey. And now I realize what you just said, that, what we're talking about. You got to get that part right. For any other work to get done, I don't care. You could sit down and listen to somebody in front of you that has, like, I got $1 billion idea right now. I promise you, you got $1 billion idea, and all you got to do is do this, this, and this, and you're gonna make $1 billion. If you don't know who you are, if you don't love you, that ain't gonna work. Because even if it worked for you, it would destroy you. It would destroy you because all that money would do was amplify. All money does anyway is amplify what you exactly.
That's the most important relationship that we'll have on this earth, is the relationship between self.
Yep.
That's it. The relationship that you have with yourself, because everything is centered around how you see yourself.
Yeah. So
how you see yourself. And that's true. When you said Rain was built because you were encouraging yourself, every song that I've ever written was to me first.
Wow. That's hot. And you know what's funny when I think about now? I mean, it's kind of feels like when we first met and then we started talking. And we little by little just, I didn't even realize we were becoming fast friends. We're becoming friends. I mean, you bothered me. I don't know if I ever told you that. Because you kept speaking to me, speaking to a Dawn I hadn't realized yet. I hadn't met her yet. So you'd be like, D, you should do this. D, you should do this and take some pictures. D, why don't you just call it this and do that? I would hear it and be like, that sounds, I'd hear it and I'd maybe acknowledge it, but I'm like, who is she talking to? I can't do that.
What I call you, Superwoman? I'm talking to Superwoman.
Yeah,
I've always seen you as a superhero.
But I didn't. You said my favorite quote. You were like, D is you did it. You put a poster. You're like, you are super. Oh, I love this. You said you are a superhero on a mission to eradicate the world from self-hate. Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. So it just, my God, I just don't know how to. I didn't know how to take you. I didn't know how to take you because I couldn't see with your eyes. I didn't see who you saw. I appreciate you though.
I love you.
I love you too, man, because you spoke life into me and you didn't know it, and it birthed later. It birthed later, which is what I think you're trying to do with your music.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do
Yeah?
with my music. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing matters more than that.
So
I'm hashtag rain all day.
I love it. I see you do that.
All day long.
I see you do
I live
that.
by rain. I live by rain. Like, in one of my most difficult times in my life, rain lifted me up. See, rain was out long before you put rain out. You've always been rain.
Wow.
You've always spoke those things to me.
Wow.
You helped me get out of my situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was out of here. No, I'm like, I had checked out of life. I was walking dead, a zombie with a target shot, sporting the infrared. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you reined me up. So you've always been speaking life.
Wow. I'm not sure where to go, because I'm just overwhelmed by that, and I appreciate that.
Everybody, we all appreciate you, and it has to continue. And I'm so looking forward to what's in store. It's already done. We just have yet to see it.
So, I hope y'all rock with me. I hope you stay locked. You just have no idea what's in store for you. I want people. You got to follow her, find her music, subscribe to her channel, buy her stuff.
AllegroNevella.com. That's ALLEGRONEVELLA. I'm Allegro Nevella on all social media networks except Instagram. No, Instagram, I'm Allegro Nevella. I am Leg Nevella, at Leg Nevella on Twitter. That's it.
Y'all better subscribe. You better follow her. You better get that leg work, and she will change your life. She will change your life. She is literally one of the best human beings you will ever encounter. You need to be in her world. Period. Point blank. I just want to thank you so much, but you're gonna stick around with me because for this is the end of the episode for Standing in the Rain, but we are gonna hang out for a little bit for my rain dancers who are a part of Rain Elite, and we're gonna vibe with just a little bit more. So I just want to sign off, and I'm gonna give you the last word for the folks following Standing in the Rain. What you got to say? Speak life is the raindrop we vibing around today.
Speak life. Speak life. No weapon formed against you will prosper. I didn't say the weapons wouldn't form. They would form, but they will not prosper. So know who you are. You are mighty. You bring down giants. You move mountains. Greater is he that's in you than he that is in the world. Rock who you are for real.
I love it. I ain't going to touch it. Yes, that's what's up. Standing in the Rain. Subscribe, follow, vibe with me. Thank you. We're going to dance it out. Let's go. Oh, I don't know.
Did we go over?
Black Hand took my thing. So we got to get some music. We're going to end it with the rain, then we're going to rock this out.
All right.
You were created to reign. What does that mean? You are
There we
royalty.
go.
You were created to win. There's a definition.
I'ma
that
sing it
says
out.
To wear a crown.
From your beginning to your end.